Good morning. This is John from the Springs Mennonite Church. Good to be with you today. First day of a brand new week. Pretty soon, it'll be a brand new month. But for today, I want to start, and this week I want to start talking about some encouraging words in the Psalms. Now, this is not a Bible study of the Psalms. It's much too large for that. And hopefully you're familiar with a lot of the Psalms. I remember a few years ago, I read through them 3 times. I got to the end, I started over. I got to the end, I started over. And I was amazed at what's in these things. So I want to point out just a few of them this week. Hopefully you'll find some things that are appropriate for your life or give meaning to you. And I want to start out, not early on, just a little small section here in the center, beginning with Psalm 59. And I want to share verses 1, 2, and 9. Now I could share 1 through 9, but it would take a longer time, and we'll get the gist of it anyway. So it says in Psalm 59, verse 1, "Rescue me from my enemies, O God. Protect me from those who have come to destroy me. Rescue me from these criminals. Save me from these murderers." And then he goes on down and he says at the end, "But you are my strength. I wait for you to rescue me. For you, O God, are my fortress." Well, I don't know that I have any enemies that are trying to kill me like David had. I probably have, well, I shouldn't say probably. I know I have some people who don't like me. Everybody does. I don't like that, but I can't change that. Even if I like them to death, they may still not like me. And, that's just life. I'd love to tell you that you can sail through this world and that not happen, but I doubt it. People are angry at you for something you did or didn't do. Sometimes people are jealous because you've achieved something they couldn't. Sometimes people are envious. Sometimes they just see you as a threat. I know in the working world, in the office world, oftentimes there are other people who are trying to get your job. I've jokingly told churches that if I go to the small, out-of-the-way churches, not only have I found it a great place to be, but I found a lot of job security. See, most people don't want to come to these kinds of churches. And that's okay. I understand that. But the point being is, we do have forces, people, spiritual forces, things we can't see, that really are our enemies. I'll give you an example. Melancholy and worry. They're an enemy. Oh, I know you probably don't think of them that way, but melancholy and worry destroy your sense of having joy. I remember a church, I don't know, a long time ago. And that particular Sunday, we had the most people who had ever been in that church, at least in anybody's memory. But there was one family that I had hoped would come that didn't. And I found myself at the beginning of the next week feeling really down about the church service. I was worried about that one family, and it took away all the joy of everybody else that was there. Now, looking back at it, I can say, boy, that was really dumb. And I don't know about you, but I've done some dumb things, and that was one of them. Why do we focus on that which is negative or may be negative and allow that to destroy our joy? Well, it helps us here. Psalmist goes on to say, "Protect me from those who have come to destroy me." You know, a lot of things and people come to destroy you. A lot of relationships are destroyed by television series or obsessions with that. Or just the idea that I gotta go, and you gotta go with me really doesn't help relationships. I mean, if both parties want to go, well, that's different. But if that's not true, then it's going to build a wall that's going to destroy that relationship. I know lots of situations of families where the husband and the wife or the mother or father had a totally different idea as to what the family should be. I can't tell you they all ended up in divorce, but I can tell you a lot of them did. Those forces seek to destroy you. The psalmist goes on to say they are criminals and they're murderers. I mean, how much more can you make the point that these things are destructive? Now, I don't know about your life. I can't speak for you. But if you're one of those who finds themselves unable to live a life of joy and happiness and excitement, then something's holding you back. Because that's what God wants for you. I mean, it goes on in the verse 9 where it said, "You are my strength. I wait for you to rescue me, for you, O Lord my God, are my fortress." God is the source of all this protection. I know. Maybe we think our bank accounts are. Maybe we think this other person is. Maybe we think something else. But of all the forces that keep you from living, as Jesus said in John, an abundant life, those things are not from God. And He wants more for you. He wants better. You got to find a way to make God your fortress and not worry or anger or envy or whatever else it is that's preventing you from what God wants. Now, I know some folks have worried for many, many years. Oh, goodness gracious. That's all they seem to know. My dad was a real pessimistic guy. And part of it was because he was belittled in his family, and he was an outcast to his parents, and he was physically smaller than anybody else. And I remember when he was in his last few years of life, I'd call him up and I'd say, "Hey, Dad, how you doing?" He says, "Well, I'm here." And I'd say, "Well, that's better than not being here, isn't it?" And he said, "Well, I guess so." And that was the extent of his life. He lost somewhere, somehow, over time, the ability to be joyful and happy. And I hope that hasn't happened to you. If it has, then follow the words in the 9th verse here. "You," meaning the Lord, "are my strength. I wait for you to rescue me, for you, O God, are my fortress." Well, thanks for listening. Hope you have a wonderful week. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll talk a little bit more about another psalm, see what God might have in store. Until then, if you have a prayer concern or a need, let us know. We'll do everything we can, as fast as we can, to try to help meet your need. Thanks for listening. God bless you. I'll talk to you again.